hours, right? There's a complex lifestyles. If you have aging population and you need that person to be in the office working, they may only can work Monday to Wednesday, and they can only do maybe 5 hours a day. So that's an information change there. The economy is changing, and we need to accommodate all of those things. This is the survey that they've taken, and this is what they've noticed. So labor market information is what it is. It's information. You got it? It's not black and white. It's to give you some information of what is to come, what has happened, and how they're going to sort of work through all of what they see that's taking place within the next 5 years. And so these are some of the things that they've noticed. Okay, so let's move on. Regulatory orientation, open individual rights, environmental protection. So I'm not sure about this one. Regulatory orientation, open. Not sure what she has that there. Individual rights, environmental protection. So environmental protection, I know about. Individual rights, we know about those ones. So when we talk about individual rights, what are we talking about here? What comes to mind? So they've done a survey and they came up with that we need to have individual rights protected.
Freedom to choose, like whenever it's not safety. You mean this in the workplace?
And yeah, this is all about work.
Oh, okay. So individual rights, basically, if not safe to do something, they can refuse to say that.
Yes, they're open to voice their opinion. Also, this one bear a lot on the what's going on with the LGBTQ. You've heard about that one, right?
Yeah.
So if a person sexual orientation, and we have some religion that refuse to accept. Yes, refuse to accept.
Yeah.
This person needs to be around me, and so they have to now make, I guess, the office know, or the organizations, how to deal with these individuals that may oppose to someone being gay or whatever their sexual orientation is. So individual rights and protection. Environmental protection, we know about that. We need to protect the water, the trees, and all of that. Shareholders demanding, and they want to be informed. So everybody wants to know what's going on, where things are happening. Products and services customized to meet customer demands, and differentiated, market derived, and refined. So the economists are saying these are some of the things that we need to look at and how we can do these things. And it's information for the public to know, what they've come up with and how they plan to move forward into the next 5 years. Alrighty, let's move on. This is a little bit scattered here. I'm sorry. I have to maybe ask them to kind of revamp this page here. But do you get the gist of this one?
Yes.
Anyone?
Yep.
Okay. So this is what they came up with, and they say that we need to address these issues, and this is what we may have to do later on within the next 5 years. So intellectual capital, this is how people make money. The most valuable part of any company is what walks in and out of its doors every day. the knowledge people carry in their heads. You agree?
Yes.
Intellectual capital, right. So it's very simple. Whatever walk in on what it's more over, when we're doing manufacturing in a manufacturing plant, who walks in? People, right?
Yeah.
And what walks out?
Goods.
Thank you. Yes. And what we carry in our heads?
Knowledge
Idea.
and experience.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what they said. So here are some job trends that may, be of interest to you. So the surveys say that human resources consultants are in demand. I'm not so sure about that one. These jobs are in demand. Lawyers, paralegals, law clerks, public relations, computer consultants, training consultants, software designers, computer engineers, database analysts, technical support specialists, e-learning consultant, technical sales reps, internet specialists, that's you, Taliban, environmental technicians, film and video camera operators, lighting technicians for the film industry, because we're known as second Hollywood. You're right, you know that, right?
What's
We
that?
make a lot of movies here.
Oh yeah.
People that edit the film, property managers. Anyone ever thought to become a property manager? Ash? I think you'd be good at that.
I don't know. It feels like then I'm adding to the problem that we'd been talking about earlier about the cost of rent.
Yeah, the renters are the main. Yeah, they say it's a very big hassle dealing with that.
Say that again, Taliban. I didn't get
Yeah,
that.
property managers. Are these are the people who manage with renters? Deal with renters.
They don't deal with the money part of it.
Oh,
They deal
okay.
with the building.
Oh, okay.
Superintendent.
Then I have misunderstood.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a fancy word. Property managers are what they are called, not superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the colleges provide a training for this, just in case you want to do this part-time. It's not a long course, and it's very well paid. And you just manage the property, maybe the building you're living in, if you're in a building. And you get a free accommodation or reduced accommodation, the price. But anyway, so that is in demand. Skilled trades, all skilled trades are in demand. You think of it, and it's in demand. Hospitality, meaning that restaurants, cooks, chefs, servers, everybody's in demand right here. Nurses are in demand. Repertory technologists is in demand. Occupational therapists, accountants, financial planners, consultant engineers, private investigators. Okay, so these jobs are in demand. As per labor market economist, they're saying that these jobs are in demand. We don't have enough people to fill them, and so there is going to be a whole slew of them on the market. Oh, here's some more. And you can just read them off. Teachers are in demand. That's a question mark there. System analyst. Oh, there's this animators. Remember this one I was telling you? This job starts at about $200,000 a year. That's the starting pay.
Wow.
Yeah. But when these kids finish with their training, people from Silicon Valley come and scoop them up and take them away from us. So if you have young children, they're not sure what they want to do and they love to work with computers and drawing, Introduce them to this. Video technical assistant. Graphic designers. Heavy equipment operators, like like construction workers, people that operate those machines and stuff, and in general laborers.
Yeah, but it's very high demand all over the place.
Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants it. Right? Nobody wants to do that anymore. That was a thing of the past. And it goes on: pharmacist, medical lab technicians, optometrists, and entrepreneurs. So a lot of newcomers come here. They're going after this.
I'm also interested in this.
Want to open up their own business, do their own thing, and that's fine. That's great. So I don't know if this was any help for you. The jobs that are currently in demand right now. So these ones are. So right now, we have an aging population. There's room for younger folks to step in because we have the baby boomers that are retiring. Right now, there's tons of opportunities for youth. And we're going to talk about your generation next. Okay, so let's look and see what else she has here on the slide. So where do you guys fall in here? I think you're late. Maybe. You're not here. You're not here.
Yeah, all of us are after this.
We're not here. No, we're not. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so pre-baby boomers are here. 1960, 50 to 60. Oh my gosh, this is 1980s. Anyone in the 80s? No? Early boomers? No. And these are late boomers. Enter the workforce through 1980s. And so post-boomers are from here to here entering the workforce now. So nobody born up to 1975?
I think we all might be born after 75.
Okay. All right, so we're not there.
What is actually this boomers mean?
People that are baby boomers are people that who started out early in life and they are now retired. And they make up, I would say boomers made up 70% of the workforce in Canada. They're educated, they have homes, they have real estate, they carry the country. And now that they're retiring, there's this huge gap. There's this huge gap that needs to be filled. That's what it is. And baby boomers, like boomers are, they're the backbone of Canada. They built Canada, make it what today.
Also, just to explain why they're called baby boomers, it's because they were born shortly after the war, or the years following that. And by the war, I mean World War II, for the record. So
that's what you meant. Okay, sorry. Yes, thanks, Ash. That was. Yep. Thank you.
So basically, a bunch of kids were born post the war, and their entire generation got dubbed the baby boomers, just like our generation are the millennials. And I'm not entirely sure why the generation after us are called Gen Z, but I'm sure there's some reason.
Oh,
Generation Y and Z, right. Okay, so that was your question. Why are they called boomers, right? Okay, thanks, Ash. Alrighty, so now there's industrial shifts. And can you see my computer? Because this is really small.
Yes.
So, managers are blue, and they are down at the very bottom. They stop here. Professionals are in red. Do you see where that is? People that actually have a profession. The industrial shifts. So people that have a profession, they are in the red. They're 20%, and they go from down here, and they're actually at the top. So, and then the orange are the computer fanatics, people that are in IT and all of those things. So they are at the very top. Do you notice that? Omalara?
Yeah, Omalara needs the computer skills.
Yeah, so you have to have computer skills. Because if you don't have it, you're going to be lost.
That's so?
Yep.
I'm trying.
Yeah. You see, this is the shift. We started down or the bottom down here, but when you look at the graph, it's all the way at the top now. If you want to order something, don't you have to? Most of us go online to order it, right?
I can do all that.
Yeah, computer.
Oh,
right? You want to book an appointment with?
Like that.
Yeah. You want to book an appointment. What do?
You go to your computer.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. So this is just industrial shift. What's going on? Education and employment. So, to get employment, obtain employment, if you have, let's look at the graph. Some kind of high school, look at this, you're all the way down here. Employers are not going to be looking at your CV. If you have high school, you're somewhere over here, sort of zero.
Damn.
Just high school.
The chances are slim right there.
Very slim. Some post-secondary, which is a yellow. Look at the yellow line. It's here. You see that is there? It's gone a little bit above. You see that? That would be college diploma, certification, all these things. You're a little bit on the yellow. And that's why I said yesterday that almost every Canadian has a post-secondary degree, the red line. Got that?
Yeah.
So when you're looking for employment, yes, you may have other people coming in. And I think Moffitt said it yesterday that, when with somebody coming in with a high school, when you're applying for the job, remember you said that, Moffitt?
Yeah.
You're coming in as a newcomer, person coming in who has all these credentials.
Experience.
How do you stand? And experience. How do you stand? Chances. What chance do you stand of getting that job? And one of the things employers like to, I shouldn't say all employers, but from my experience, when we have an interview with individuals, lots of people come in, especially university grads. They come in and they're flashing their diploma, right? I mean, they may not literally take it out, but they talk about what they have attained over their 4, 5, 6 years of training of university. And, employers sometimes they will listen, but they may say, if that's the attitude you're going to come into this workplace with, then you're not the right person for this job. So another person walks in, a very humble person, and this person only has a diploma, college diploma, but their interpersonal skills, their communication skills, the way they articulate their desire to work and grow and to benefit the organization will make a big difference in them getting the job and the graduate not getting the job. Okay? And this is from personal experience. So your interpersonal skills, guys, when you are going into that interview, it has to shine. It has to come through. And that is going to land you the job, because nobody wants to work with an individual who has a lot of ego and a person who knows it all. Managers do not want people like that on their team, right? So you're going to have to shine in your interview. And if you have your degree, great. But, it's there. It's something that you work hard for, and you should talk about it. But don't let that be the number one focus in an interview or even in your workplace when you get the job. Just a little piece of advice from an HR person. Okay? Okay. Alrighty. So this is where we are with that university degree. You're almost at the top. You're at 30%. If you get past the recruiter and get to meet the manager who's actually hiring, you got to shine. The recruiter are the people who sort of screen you out. Okay, where are we? So here we go. Workplace change. Long ago, we used to do this. Hierarchy, constant supply of new workers, linear career path, in-house activities, routine 9 to 5, specific skill sets. Now, they're looking at lateral movement. We talked about that. I'm not going to go through that again. The value of individual and training. Employers are open to train their employees that they find of value to the organization. You may not know how to do the job, but because of your interpersonal skill sets, your hard skill sets, your humility and understanding, they're willing to say, you know what, Taliban, you may not have the certification we're looking for, but you come across as a person that I can train, and they are willing to provide that training for you. Okay? Mm-hmm. Spiral career path. So when they say the spiral career path, what are we talking about? It's going to take in different directions, right? So you could, in other words, today on the job, we expect you to what? Multitask. So that is another thing they're talking about here. Outsourcing. A lot of organizations, instead of doing it in-house, I should go back to this linear career path, which is looking at one way to do things and one way only. Over here, they look at many ways to do things and multitask to get them done. In-house activities, they outsource all of that. Routine 9 to 5, not anymore. You have to be flexible to work overtime. You have to be flexible to work on different shifts. Maybe they'll need you to come in on the weekend, one weekend a week, a month. You have to be flexible. Specific skill sets, they're looking more for the transferable skills. You may never have done this work before. You do not know how to, can you think of a profession that you guys are looking for? Say that you are moving from one profession to the next. You do have transferable skills. So they look at the transferable skills. Okay? Are we clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So employers are looking at instead of giving you a job permanent, full time, they're looking at maybe work on contract. Are you guys open to what contract working? Work on a contract instead of employed full time permanent? Okay, yeah, no?
Yes.
Okay, temporary work. Would you accept temporary work?
Yes.
Okay, employee leasing is, what it is that an organization, say that Bell Canada and Rogers, they do the same kind of work, yes?
Yes.
And
Similar, yeah.
Similar, right. Well, pretty similar, yeah. And they need to get someone else to come in to do a particular type of work. They call it employees leasing, and they'll go through what we call an agency to do this. So you lease the person from one company to the next, or you go through an agency where the person sign off with the agency, and it's called leasing. And they do it mostly in the technical field, by the way, in the very technical field. This is where they do a lot of the leasing. Because if instead of going to hire someone for 5 months, and that company is not using the individual for 5 months, they can lease the person from that company. You got it?
Yeah.
Floaters. Have you heard the word floaters?
No.
Floaters. No, floaters.
Yeah. Floaters, some of them work in the hospitals. Some of them work in hospitality. And so you don't have a specific job. You would go in and say, well, oh, by the way, Alicia, you're working in the front desk today.
Casual staff, they call.
Sorry?
Casual staff.
No.
Like when there is any.
When there's a need. When
need, then they
need.
will.
Yes, they'll fill the need. A casual staff meaning that they call you for a specific job for when they need you. A floater, the company will say, we're going to hire a floater. He will work in the housekeeping department. He will work in the kitchen. He will work in the front desk as is needed. That's not casual. A casual, you have to be very careful with the terminology. Casual meaning that your specific job is to work at front desk, but you only work in 3 days a week. And or as we need you. Job sharing. So some companies, you remember when there was a pandemic? No, not the pandemic. Sorry, there was a time when we were sharing jobs. Let me think. There was a time when we had to share jobs. It was some time ago. Okay, I'm just going to give an example of what they're saying here. Is that, for instance, there are 10 employees in a company, right? And we don't have work to give all 10 people full-time jobs. So what we will do, we will give, we'll bring in 5 people to work 1 week, full-time, and 5 in the other to work the other following week. And it would sometimes cause a problem. So what we do, we call the Ministry of Labor, and they allow us to do what we call job sharing, where this person would work from 10 a.m. to maybe 1 p.m. and the other person will pick up the same shift from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Do you got it? But this particular one has to be approved by the Ministry of Labor. That is what they call job sharing. You're sharing the same job with 2 people. Okay, got it? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It happened some time ago. I remember it happened to us, and we had to do job sharing with the staff. And so this, I remember clearly because I was doing the HR. We had to share the job within the day, and the employees were okay with it because nobody would have gotten laid off. Everybody would get some hours for the month, and they wouldn't be taking home their full paycheck, but so that nobody got laid off, they did a job share. And you got it? It would be an agreement between the Ministry of Labor, the organization, and the employees. Okay, I'm spending too much time on that one. Independent contract freelance. Okay, we know about that one. You can do alternative employment, you can look at that. What is the difference between a job and a career? Can someone read that for me?
Or I'll do it.
Okay.
What did you say?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What is the difference between a job and a career? The average 35-year-old has changed jobs between 6 and 7 times since she began working. As you get older, you become more stable. The mean duration on the job for 6 to 24-year-olds is only 1.9 years. For 25 to 34-year-olds, it jumps to 5.4 years and goes up to 10 years for 35 to 45-year-olds.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is estimated that you will only stay in a job up to 5 years. It is also, the stat is also saying that it's not good to stay in a job beyond 5 years if you are between 25 and 34 and 35. Because you become what? Stagnant. You won't change. So it's a stat that says that it's good to do that. And that's okay. Who's blowing their tooting their horn? Thank you. Okay, Mufid, would you like to take that one?
Yeah. Job or career changes. A young person just entering the workforce can anticipate a minimum of 6 to 8 career changes during their work life. Question: what does this mean for the job seeker? Develop transferable skills, increase awareness of market trends, and retraining.
So true. So true. What does this mean for the job seeker? A young person just entering the workforce can anticipate So what would be the answer? Question, what does this mean for the job seeker?
So basically they want to develop the transferable skills.
Exactly. That's what it is.
To increase awareness of the market trend. It's a new experience.
Mm-hmm.
All those things.
All those things, right. And to retrain if possible.
Yeah.
Did you know a lot of elderly people who are entering the workforce are coming into for retraining?
Yeah.
Because I think life is sometimes can get a little bit hard, and older people can re-enter the workforce, and what they have to do, they have to retrain because things are not done the same way that they used to anymore. They have to know to go with what's the development of times right now. So for you young people, you're going to change your career 6 to 8 times. Agreed? No, don't agree. They want to stay in the same job. You really want to stay in the same job for 10 years?
No, like
No.
I want to change in narrow fields, like maybe. But it's
Okay, so
it's bad to change in a broader field. I think that's why it's good to find the passion and stuff. So we stick with certain fields. Yeah.
So changing jobs, thank you, Taban. Changing jobs doesn't mean you change your career path. You know that, right? You're changing company. Realize that? You could work at Scotiabank.
Oh yeah.
And you go work at Royal Bank.
Oh yeah, that's good actually.
You don't
Because
have
if
to
you
change
find
your
better
career.
deals, it's better to go there.
Exactly. You look what's best for you. What works best for you. Maybe they offer better hours. Maybe they offer better pay. The benefits are better, right? Things are just better there. The atmosphere is better. So you're not necessarily changing your career, you're changing the job where you're working. Another thing that you can also do with your job is to grow. So grow within the organization. So for those of us who want to do that, my suggestion to you is to take, as you get into the profession, learn as much as you can.
Oh, snap.
At least
Sorry.
Okay. Learn as much as you can, and you see what are the developments going on in my organization. If I want to attain to become a manager, what is it that I have to do? Do I have to take some night courses? Do I have to take a development course? What is it that I have to do? And how do I get there? Learn continuously and grow within the organization. If you're with a company that you want to stay with, you don't have to stay in the same position. You can grow. Make sure there's room for growth. And so you don't become stagnant with the job every day in, every day out, doing the same thing. You take on new challenges. And it's also very good for you as a person to grow, develop.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to ask this question. Like PSW and social services, how do they relate? Social worker, how does it relate?
It relates.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of when I get my PR, I want to be a social worker. But for now, I think I'm be on PS. But somebody was now telling me that it relates.
Yeah, because you're dealing with people. So human science, it's called humanities, is all a part of that world that you're entering.
Okay.
Okay, so they deal with people, people's problems, people's mental issue, people's physical issues, human beings. That's so who we're working with, people.
All right.
So you can grow.
That's not changing career.
You can grow far in this industry.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for growth here.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm saying to everyone here, you may take an entry-level job, work your way up, if that's what you want, but you don't change the act. If you don't want to leave your company, you love your company. I love working with this group of people. I want to stay here. Don't become stagnant in the job. Learn to grow within the company. Got it?
Yes.
So you can, your mind is very active. As you know, you have some people go to work and say, oh my God, I'm doing the same job day in, day out, day in, day out. I don't want to do this anymore. And it's whose fault is it?
It's their fault.
No.
They can change.
They don't want to change. So open to change. Change is good. Sometimes change is hard, but change can be good. Right? And it's sometimes we're very apprehensive in taking that very first step outside the box, the comfort box. Don't do that. Brace yourself and embrace change. Learn. And I can give you this from experience. My journey here, I've taken on a lot of different roles in my lifetime. I am not working anymore, by the way. This is fun for me. I'm retired. I took early retirement. Just, I know, you guys probably, she's retired. Yay, she's retired. Yes, so I'm retired. I help out these guys when they need help.
So how do you get early retirement? Because of the field you are in?
How did I get COVID?
No. How do you get early retirement? Because of the field you are in, or?
No, actually, at my own company, I'm an entrepreneur like you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I retired early to enjoy a little bit of life because I started working very early in life, and yeah, so I can enjoy some life. But and then Gwendolyn got sick, her mom got sick, and she went away. So they asked me to fill in for them. So yeah. So I'm telling you from experience that don't be afraid to step out of that comfort zone. Learn as much as you can as you go through life in your new life here in Canada, and grow. Don't have to leave your organization. Just open to learn how you can reach the top. Okay? Don't have to leave your company. And if you do leave your company, stay within your profession. So the more you stay within your profession, the more knowledge you'll have. Okay? Alrighty, so we'll come back and finish this up, and we're just going to do some handouts. This is your lunchtime. So I'll meet you guys back here for 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.